a little bit of guitar gab. I know some of y'all have heard me talk about this fucking guitar a bunch at this point, but I feel like talking about it, so I'm gonna talk about it some more. So this is a guitar that I have customized to a very great and expensive extent. It's freaking awesome at this point. I just wanted to go over some of the technical specs while also showing you the lovely visual. So first thing I'm going to start with is the pickups. In the bridge position, I have this Seymour Duncan Black Winter rail pickup that is freaking awesome and brutal as hell. And in the neck pickup, I got this HSP90 War Pig pickup. This is a very tasteful decision to have as a neck pickup for my guitar player friends. And it's also quite different and unique. If you know anything about the P90, you know it's more associated with like vintage type stuff. But this is a metal focused application of that pickup. And as you can see, it's got like a burnt chrome type of finish. And it sounds really, really fat and awesome. And it's really great for leads and cleans, this particular model. Let's see, got the Corona knob there. Essential. A little bit of a personal touch right here. Let's see, there's a gear clamp right there. This is just, this is like a strip of somebody's, it's like bendable stainless steel from somebody's, what do you call it? Like a range hood vent. With my job, I just cut a strip of sheet metal out of somebody's old hood vent to use as like a bolster for this, because a common problem with these Rhodes is that you tend to, if you're playing live or whatever, you can hit the corner of this and it can break off, and that sucks. So this is designed as kind of a fail-safe against that. It's stupid, but it works, and it also adds a cool little bit of weight distribution. Hip shot bridge that I added to this thing. The stock bridge was really shitty. This is a JS22 7 string Rhodes model. Comes with a normal shitty little Jackson bridge that just sucks. So I replaced this thing with the hip shot. It's awesome. This here is the ground wire from the electronics inside the guitar. Because when I installed this bridge, the main hole that I needed to drill through, I had to re-drill the holes for these strings in this body to put this bridge on here. And when I did that, I had to move the whole thing back in relation to where the old one was. I had to move it back a couple of inches, or sorry, a couple of millimeters. And right where I had to drill the hole for this string was the routing hole for the ground wire. So I pulled the ground wire back through that hole, drilled the hole through for my string, and then I was like, fuck it, this thing looks ridiculous anyway, so I'm going to drill a hole straight through the body of the guitar, stick the ground wire through, and ground all the electronics underneath the bridge. Which, again, if you know anything about guitars, you know that the ground bridge, or the grounding for the electronics is grounded underneath the bridge. This is a toggle switch from my first amp, which is over there with all the beers and bullshit on it. Just a little bit of nostalgia. Let's see, what else? Oh, shit. Blue Eyes White Dragon between the pickups for some extra power. Let's see. Personally done fretwork. This is my first nut that I've ever cut by myself, and that was fun. They say this is kind of there's sort of an art to nut cutting, and I kind of see why. Because I did this sort of blind, and like I think it turned out okay, but like if you're playing towards the center of the neck, there's kind of this like it sort of starts to fret buzz a little more towards the middle of the neck. So I think with some of these smaller strings, I kind of cut too low, but it still works. I'll just have to be more careful next time. Up here, we got some Goto locking tuners. These are the dopamine ones that are different colors. you can see a little more of it if I pull it up. Those are fucking cool. And this guitar is made, it's mainly just supposed to look ridiculous. That was kind of the idea. I think I definitely accomplished that. This thing looks like it's going to be in a fucking museum one day. Let's see. Oh yeah, in the back of it. Let's see. Just a little surprise for me right there on the back. There's that. Yep. And I put a bunch of these coins on the back of it to weigh it down some more. This thing is a poplar body. It's extremely light in the body. So this really heavy 7-string neck makes it neck dive like a motherfucker. So I put a couple of different layers of coins on the back so that it just sits still. And this helps when I'm playing live or when I'm just standing up playing the guitar. It helps with keeping it situated in my lap nicely. Let's see, that's about it, I think. But yes, oh, one more thing. You probably can't see it, but there is a nice sort of wavy lacquer finish that I did myself on this guitar, and it looks like total shit. But I like that it looks like shit. It kind of works with this guitar. I just wanted to try my hand at it. The reason why it kind of looks like this is before I put the lacquer finish on, I took a butane lighter and I kind of burnt the black paint in this sort of splotchy way, and did my own sort of relicking with some sandpaper in different areas, as you can see here. But that's the look that's underneath it. It looks really cool. I don't think this does it much justice. But the lacquer finish really kind of makes it look badass. But yeah, that's the guitar.